Question number 291. You are building a model to detect objects in images. The performance of the model based on training data is shown in the following exhibit. Select the answer choice that completes the following statement based on the information presented in the graphic. The percentage of false positives is blank space. Option A 0, option B 25, option C 30, option D 50, option E 100. The correct answer is option A 0. The precision of the model is 100%, which indicates that there are no false positives. Precision is calculated as the number of true positives divided by the sum of true positives and false positives. A precision of 100% means that all detected objects were correct, implying there were no false positives. Question number 292. You are building a model to detect objects in images. The performance of the model based on training data is shown in the following exhibit. Select the answer choice that completes the following statement based on the information presented in the graphic. The value for the number of true positives by the total number of true positives and false negatives is blank space. Option A 0, option B 25, option C 30, option D 50, option E 100. The correct answer is option B 25. Recall is calculated as the number of true positives divided by sum of true positives and false negatives. The recall in the graphic is 25%, which indicates that the true positives are 25% of the total true positives and false negatives. Question number 293. You have an Azure subscription that has the following configurations. This is the subscription ID and this is the tenant ID. You plan to create a resource that will perform sentiment analysis and optical character recognition (OCR). You need to use an HTTP request to create the resource in the subscription. The solution must use a single key and endpoint. You need to complete the following request. Which value should you choose for placeholder 1? Option A, option B, option C, option D. The correct answer is option B. It is the correct format for specifying the subscription ID in the URL when making an HTTP request to create a resource in an Azure subscription. The subscription ID uniquely identifies the subscription under which the resource will be created. Question number 294. You have an Azure subscription that has the following configurations. This is the subscription ID and this is the tenant ID. You plan to create a resource that will perform sentiment analysis and optical character recognition (OCR). You need to use an HTTP request to create the resource in the subscription. The solution must use a single key and endpoint. You need to complete the following request. Which value should you choose for placeholder 2? Option A, Microsoft.API Management. Option B, Microsoft.Cognitive Services. Option C, Microsoft.Container Service. Option D, Microsoft.Key Vault. The correct answer is option B. It is the appropriate provider for creating resources related to sentiment analysis and optical character recognition (OCR) within Azure Cognitive Services. Question number 295. You are building an AI solution that will use sentiment analysis results from surveys to calculate bonuses for customer service staff. You need to ensure that the solution meets the Microsoft Responsible AI principles. What should you do? Option A. Add a human review and approval step before making decisions that affect the staff's financial situation. Option B. Include the sentiment analysis results when surveys return a low confidence score. Option C. Use all the surveys, including surveys by customers who requested that their account to be deleted and their data to be removed. Option D. Publish the raw survey data to a central location and provide the staff with access to the location. The correct answer is option A. Add a human review and approval step before making decisions that affect the staff's financial situation. To align with Microsoft's responsible AI principles, particularly fairness, accountability, and transparency, automated decisions that directly impact individuals' financial outcomes should include human oversight. Adding a human review step ensures accountability and reduces the risk of bias or errors from purely automated sentiment analysis systems. Just a quick reminder, if you don't have time to watch these videos and instead download all questions and answers, feel free to purchase them on Buy Me a Coffee page. I have shared the link below. Question number 296. You have an Azure subscription that contains a language service resource named TA1 and a virtual network named VNet1. You need to ensure that only resources in VNet1 can access TA1. What should you configure? Option A. A Network Security Group (NSG) for VNet1. Option B. Azure Firewall for VNet1. Option C. The virtual network settings for TA1. Option D. A language service container for TA1. The correct answer is option C. The virtual network settings for TA1. To restrict access to the language service resource TA1 so that only resources in VNet1 can access it, you should configure the virtual network settings of the language service. This includes setting up private endpoint access and disabling public access if required. Network security groups, NSGs, and firewall manage traffic within or across the network, but do not restrict access to platform services unless combined with private endpoints. Question number 297. You are building a retail kiosk system that will use a custom neural voice. You acquire audio samples and consent from the voice talent. You need to create a voice talent profile. What should you upload to the profile? Option A, a .zip file that contains 10-second .wav files and the associated transcript as .txt files. Option B, a 5-minute .flac audio file and the associated transcript as a .txt file. Option C, a .wav or .mp3 file of the voice talent consenting to the creation of the synthetic version of their voice. Option D, a 5-minute .wav or .mp3 file of the voice talent describing the kiosk system. The correct answer is option C, a .wav or .mp3 file of the voice talent consenting to the creation of the synthetic version of their voice. Creating a custom neural voice requires explicit consent from the voice talent, which should be recorded and uploaded to ensure compliance with ethical and legal standards. This consent recording is necessary to create the voice talent profile. Question number 298. You have a collection of 50,000 scanned documents that contain text. You plan to make the text available through Azure Cognitive Search. You need to configure an enrichment pipeline to perform optical character recognition, OCR, and text analytics. The solution must minimize cost. What should you attach to the skill set? Option A, a new computer vision resource. Option B, a free limited enrichments cognitive services resource. Option C, an Azure Machine Learning Designer pipeline. Option D, a new cognitive services resource that uses the S0 pricing tier. The correct answer is option B, a free limited enrichments cognitive services resource. To perform OCR and text analytics in Azure Cognitive Search using skill sets, you must attach a cognitive service resource. Since you want to minimize cost, the free limited enrichment tier is the most cost-effective option. It supports basic enrichment tasks like OCR and entity recognition without incurring additional charges, making it ideal for low throughput or scheduled batch processing of large document collections. Question number 299. You need to develop an automated call handling system that can respond to callers in their own language. The system will support only French and English. Which Azure Cognitive Services service should you use for the following requirement? Detect the incoming language. Option A, speaker recognition. Option B, speech to text. Option C, text analytics. Option D, text to speech. Option E, translator. The correct answer is option B, speech to text. The speech-to-text service in Azure Cognitive Services include automatic language detection, allowing the system to identify whether the incoming spoken language is French or English. This is essential for an automated call handling system to respond appropriately based on the caller's language, fulfilling the requirement to detect the incoming language. Question number 300. You need to develop an automated call handling system that can respond to a caller in their own language. The system will support only French and English. Which Azure Cognitive Services service should you use for the following requirement? Respond in the caller's own language. Option A, speaker recognition. Option B, speech to text. Option C, text analytics. Option D, text to speech. Option E, translator. The correct answer is option D, text to speech. To respond in the caller's own language, the system must convert text responses into spoken words in either French or English. Azure text-to-speech enables this by generating natural-sounding speech from text input in multiple languages, including French and English, making it the right choice for delivering spoken responses in the caller's language.